Have you ever noticed how some people can effortlessly get a yes, whether they're asking for a favor, closing a deal, or persuading someone to see their side, while others struggle to even be heard? What if I told you there's a way to turn those endless no's into confident, enthusiastic yeses? Today, we're diving into the secrets of influence and persuasion straight from Dale Carnegie's timeless classic, How to Win Friends and Influence People. But here's the twist. It's not about tricks or manipulation. It's about creating genuine connections and understanding what truly motivates people. Let me share a story with you. Meet Jack, a young salesperson who was ready to give up. He was knocking on doors every day, pitching his product, and all he got in return were slammed doors and polite excuses. Frustrated and out of ideas, Jack decided to try something different. He came across Dale Carnegie's book and decided to experiment with a new approach. Instead of diving straight into his pitch, he started by showing genuine interest in the people he met. He asked about their lives, their challenges, and their dreams. Within just a month, Jack's sales skyrocketed. He became the top seller on his team, and he didn't do it by working harder, he did it by working smarter. What did Jack do differently? Let's break it down. Core strategy 1, show genuine interest. Dale Carnegie's first and perhaps most powerful principle is this: become genuinely interested in other people. It sounds simple, right? But the truth is, most people are so focused on themselves that they forget to pay attention to the person in front of them. Let's go back to Jack. Before reading Carnegie's book, Jack's approach was all about his product, how amazing it was, how much it could help, and why people needed it. But what Jack didn't realize was that his customers didn't care about the product. They cared about their own needs and concern. When Jack shifted his focus and started asking open-ended questions like, "What's been your biggest challenge lately?" Or "How can I make this easier for you?" people began to open up. They felt heard, understood, and most importantly, valued. Think about it. How often do you meet someone who truly listens to you? In a world where everyone's in a rush, being genuinely interested in someone can feel like a breath of fresh air. It builds trust, rapport, and ultimately, influence. Practical tip: how to show genuine interest. Yes. So how can you apply this in your own life? Next time you're in a conversation, shift your focus. Instead of thinking about what you're going to say next, concentrate on what the other person is saying. Ask thoughtful questions and respond with curiosity. Remember, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. When you make someone feel truly understood, they'll naturally be more inclined to say yes to your requests. It's not magic, it's human nature. Core strategy 2, make them feel important. Dale Carnegie famously said, make the other person feel important and do it sincerely. It's a principle that goes beyond simple flattery. It's about recognizing and appreciating the unique qualities in others. When you make someone feel valued, you're not just appealing to their ego, you're acknowledging their humanity. Let's pick up Jack's story. As he refined his approach, Jack started to notice small details about the people he interacted with. He would compliment a customer's beautifully maintained garden or admire their unique home decor. One day, he met a woman who had a vibrant, flower-filled yard. Instead of diving straight into his pitch, he said, "Your garden is stunning. It must take a lot of care and attention." The woman smiled, and they began talking about her love for gardening. By the time they circled back to Jack's product, the conversation felt natural and warm. She not only said yes to his offer, but also referred him to her neighbors. The key here is sincerity. People can tell when you're being disingenuous, so don't give compliments for the sake of it. Instead, look for something you genuinely admire and express your appreciation. Whether it's someone's work ethic, a creative idea, or even their choice of outfit, a thoughtful compliment can create a connection that's hard to ignore. Here's a practical tip. The next time you meet someone, challenge yourself to notice something positive about them and bring it up. A simple, "I really admire how you handled that situation," or "Your energy is contagious," can completely shift the tone of your interaction. The magic lies in making people feel seen, appreciated, and important. Core strategy 3, find common ground. Now let's move on to another cornerstone of Dale Carnegie's philosophy: finding common ground. Carnegie believed that people are far more likely to say yes to those they trust and like. And one of the fastest ways to build trust is to identify shared interests or values. Jack discovered this the hard way. One day, he noticed a customer's wall filled with family photos. Instead of leading with his sales pitch, he decided to comment on something personal. "That's a beautiful family picture," he said. The customer lit up, sharing a story about a recent family reunion. Jack, who also cherished family traditions, joined in, talking about his own experiences. The conversation turned into a heartfelt exchange, and by the end, the customer felt like they were talking to a friend rather than a salesperson. The result? A handshake, a sale, and even a glowing recommendation. Finding common ground doesn't require you to be a mind reader. It's about being observant and genuinely curious. Look around. Maybe it's a shared love for coffee, a mutual friend, or even a similar outlook on life. When you discover that connection, it creates an unspoken bond, making the other person more open to your ideas. Here's how you can apply this principle. Start by asking open-ended questions. For example, what inspired you to pursue this career? Or what's something you're really passionate about? As you listen, look for moments of overlap, whether it's shared hobbies, values, or experiences, and build the conversation from there. The more relatable you are, the more likely they'll be to say yes. The secret sauce: appeal to their interests. Let's talk about the secret sauce to getting people to say yes every time: appeal to their interests. This principle from Dale Carnegie's book might sound simple, but its impact is profound. Carnegie wrote, "Talk in terms of the other person's interests, because people naturally care most about what directly affects them." Jack learned this lesson during a particularly challenging pitch. A potential customer seemed uninterested, politely brushing him off. But instead of giving up, Jack shifted his focus. He stopped talking about the features of his product and instead asked, "What's the biggest challenge you're facing right now?" The customer mentioned struggling with efficiency in their daily tasks. Jack then reframed his pitch, highlighting how his product could save them time and simplify their routine. That small adjustment turned the conversation around, and Jack walked away with not just a sale, but a satisfied customer who felt understood. The key takeaway here is to always put yourself in the other person's shoes. Before presenting an idea, pitching a product, or even asking for a favor, ask yourself, what's in it for them? When you align your message with their priorities, you're not just selling a solution, you're showing that you value their needs and goals. Here's a practical tip. Start your next conversation or negotiation by asking questions to understand the other person's perspective. What challenges are they facing? What excites them? Once you know their priorities, shape your message to highlight how your idea or offer can address those interests. The more you make it about them, the easier it becomes for them to say yes. So there you have it, the timeless strategies from Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People that can help you get people to say yes every time. And remember, as Dale Carnegie so wisely said, you can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you. Thanks for watching.